Alright guys, now we're headed into the finals. This is only like 20 minutes to a half hour after my match against Covert. We're still here. I've actually got Twitch going live. It's live right now, so I am streaming at the current moment. So if my commentary is a little bit different than it normally would be, or if I'm quieter, louder, whatever. I don't have the chat open, obviously, because that could give me some type of unfair advantage. Though I do have Barney's deck list on my phone right here. And I'm going to have a little bit of a double check here. He's got 4 Fire Impulse, 3 Disperse, and 2 Fire Conclusions, plus a Reclusive Artificer as additional interactive cards, whereas mine is a lot more linear than his. Mine is more... Alright, so we're on the play. Not going to keep this because it doesn't do much. That has no land. Here we have 3 with Perilous Mirror and the Pilgrim's Eye into P and Karen, so this one's good. Drop the gate. I gotta stop being so... I'm really antsy here now. I'm really like on edge. I had a lot of energy going through me in that Covert game. I gotta slow it down, pace myself. So Barney starts with an Evolving Wilds. He's playing 8 tap lands in his deck. I've chosen to only play 4. So let's see if that slows him down a little bit. So we're gonna go with Perilous Mirror unless we pick up a Rune Servitor, which we don't. So let's get the mirror into play. And then I guess it's going to be Pilgrim's Eye for a mountain because we have 3 dual lands and an island, so just to even out the colors, not that there's any land destruction floating around here. So for you Twitch people, you're getting my like, kind of live YouTube commentary, which is pretty interesting. So do I offer a trade here? I think that I do because I get to cycle my dude. I get to cycle my dude, you know. Although he gets to swing for 2 and I only swing for 1, he's going to decline that block, so I'm going to stay home. He's going to decline that. So we're going to play the Sulphur Falls, Pilgrim's Eye, grab a mountain. And so in this matchup, there's no sweepers, and he's not playing Twin Bolt, whereas I am. So I think I'm a little bit favored in terms of playing out these token producers. But I mean, it comes down to who's going to draw that Chief of the Foundry. You know, so he's got an Engineer. Chief of the Foundry is going to be huge, though. Spy Network's going to be a huge card as well. Does he swing in the air? If he does, I'd probably play Spy Network and start the card Advantage Engine. Yeah, okay. So he's going to bring the Servitor. I'm going to take the 1, but I'm definitely going to knock that Servitor down and cycle my Perilous Mirror. That's going to happen. No, he's keeping the 1 back. No, he's not attacking at all. Okay, so he's decided to change his mind. So he's hearing my commentary, and he's changing his mind. I don't know, Barney. I don't know about this. Alright, so he just wants to go here. And I'm going to take that. I'll take the card, but it looks like I'm going to be pushing with Thea and Kieran based on what I draw now and on my draw step. So it's another gate. So we're not going to play Spy Network right now, although we picked up a Twin Bolt. Twin Bolt is decent, but I don't want to hold it up, you know. Twin Bolt is decent. He's not blocking here, or maybe he is. Got the follow-up Nalaris anyway. Then I can play Gate into 4-drop. So he is blocking. He's taking it like a defensive posture here. Just fine by me. So let's play out the parents. And let's see what 4-drop that he's got. I just knocked my phone over there. Whoops. Alright, so he's playing Sulphur Falls, so he's got all his 4-drops online. And let's see what he manages to come up with. I'd really like to drop this. Really would like to drop the Spy Network. So he's got a Whirler Rogue. And they have haste. And he's passing. It's a land. I'm actually going to play this rather than the tap land. So I'm going to Twin Bolt his Thopters, get in for 2, and hold up a Pia and Kieran activation. He's just being cute here now, I guess. Making my dude unblockable. Thanks, Barney. But yeah, I'm keeping up the P and Kieran activation in case Something scary happens. What's going on here? I've got to move to the next phase. That's what's going on. So let's get in for 2 and keep the P and Kieran back. And let's see what Barney does. What's his follow-up? Really want to get this online. I mean, that could be the difference maker in this game. Just the card advantage. Spiraling out of control. It's where I want to be. Barney, Barney, Barney. 5 games with Barney's going to take a long time. I'm okay to take a little bit of damage here. He's got a Foundry, 5 mana. He can crack that next turn. He's got the Engineer and I don't. Just a little bit annoying. The Engineer is the best card in the deck. And Barney always has the Firecraft, but he's going to spend it. So if he goes at... No, he's going at a Thopter token, which is fine. I'm not going to sack it. Why wouldn't I sack it? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense not to sack that there. That was just a total miss by me. But anyway, Thopter Spy Network. He does have Disperse open, which is probably what he's going for. He's probably going to disperse that other token, but why wouldn't I sack it? I kept the mana open for it. That's pretty foolish. We'll forget that happened. Yeah, so he's spending his Disperser now. So his Whirler Rogue should be dead. I should have killed that. Misplay number 1. Alright, let's stay focused, make the best play on every turn that we can. Best play every single turn. We'll get there. So that's a gate. He can't crack his Foundry this turn. And he's got a Rogue. So he's drawn a couple of his power cards. I've drawn one of mine. He's pushing. Yeah, that's 2 damage I shouldn't be taking right here, right now. Alright, that was a good top deck. That was indeed. Sorry for the trade with the new Rogue. It's perfect, because we're going to lose it anyway. Or we'll get 2 damage. Anyway, meet the new parents. Same as the old parents. I'll keep this one, since it's untapped. Alright, so now he's got that cracking of the Foundry. And he can play defensively against the Spy Network, but I can just kind of snowball some advantage out of mine. See what he does. Reclusive Artificer, that's going to be a big swing. He gets to kill he's going to kill a token, which makes sense. He's going to bring the pain at me here now. Yeah, here comes the pain. He's got a Fiery Impulse. No. So we're going to trade off here. This is looking pretty shady. Yeah, we're done. This is in the tank. So I'm going to say that was the misplay there for me not being able to trigger that Spy Network. So Pilgrim's Eye gets us an island, I guess. Alright, he's got 1 card in his hand, but he does have the 2 hasted Thopters that he can create off that Foundry of the Consoles, which probably seals the deal, especially if he's got a Chief of his own. No, Whirler Rogue with haste, yeah. Well, it's just... I guess it's kind of the same thing, but he can make something unblockable here now. No, he'd have to tap an attacker, but no, there's no way I can win with all. He got the engineer, he got the haste, and I fucked up, so that's game 1 to Barney. Alright, uphill battle. But it's fine, you know, we're not on the verge of elimination until we lose 2 games. Got some gold out of it. Moving on to game number 2. Oh, Barney's right at the top of the list. How perfect is that? Why wouldn't I sack that Thopter? But no, I'm not gonna. No, stop having these conversations with yourself. That's the past. This is the future. You know. Stop the tilting. Gotta stop that. Gotta just beat the shit out of him. You know. My deck is more threat dense. He has more reactive spells. Mine is just kind of like, I have to be the aggressor, and he has to be the guy who sits back and chips away and ekes out value over time. So. All right. Opening hand on the play. Rune Servitor, Chief, and a couple of these bad boys. Don't have the second blue, but Servitor and a Chief is fine by me on the play. So we'll be swinging with a 3-3, unless he has a Fiery Impulse that he holds up. And he can kill the Rune Servitor with the Chief on the stack before it gets buffed. It's Perilous Mirror, but we're going to put more damage on the board against Barney. And hopefully we get that blue source that we need. We got 6 more islands and 2 sulfur falls. We got 8 untapped blue sources left in the deck. And he's playing a Perilous Mirror. So it'll still trade, even if it goes to a 3-3. So I'll probably just swing for 2 and play a Perilous Mirror, second main of my own, and then probably play Chief next turn since I don't have a guaranteed 4th land. No, he's going to trade. Okay, this will help me find the blue source. And he gets to cycle his mirror, which I'm sure he's fine with. Alright, there's the Sulfur Falls. The question is, do we want to play Chief into Whirler Rogue? I don't think I want a naked Chief on the board, but what's Barney going to do about it? His Fiery Impulse is not on. I guess he could spend an Exquisite Firecraft on it before I get any value out of it. So no, we'll just play a Perilous Mirror. We'll play Whirler Rogue next turn, and then hopefully Spy Network or Chief, situation depending. But I'm not drawing any Engineers. Engineer is the best card in the deck. So we'll see if Barney has an Engineer of his own, or if he's having some mana troubles, because he's a slow player. So I mean, maybe he's just deciding what land to play, but yeah, he's got a land. So he's playing a Naked Chief, which I find a little bit strange. So if I play the Spy Network, he kind of has to trade, or he has to give me a card. Is that what? That can't be what I do. Can that be what I do? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put this down and say, lose your dude, or let me have a card. And a token. Seems good. Yeah, he's got to lose his Chief. Alright, so there goes that. So far, though, Barney is doing a good job of slowing me down. You know, he does obviously have the token production of his own. So that's a thing. So what 4-drop is he going to play here? He's going to play an Engineer, which obviously kind of fucking sucks, because that's the best card. That's the best card in the deck and in the matchup. Chief is close. I don't know. Maybe it's between the two of those. But here he comes. So I'm going to have to Firecraft his haste giver pretty soon. If not right away. And I'm going to start like this. I got to get this on the table. He doesn't have Twin Bolt, but he could have like Conclusion, Disperse, Fiery Impulse, and all that nonsense. So looks like Fiery Impulse is in his hand if he's pausing the timer here. So I imagine he's just going to kill a token. Yeah. Does he have a power 4-drop? He's got a network. I'm going to let him have that card. Because I got a Chief. So if I pick up a land next turn, I can Chief Firecraft. So I get a token. I think his haste thing gotta go. I'm not sure if I want a Chief yet, honestly. I don't think that I do. I think I want to draw a card and see what it is. It's a gate. We've got 5 mana to burn. So that's gotta go. On the ground. Alright. But he can disperse that, he can conclusion that. I gotta watch out for those cards. He's got another Engineer, motherfucker. So he's gonna get a card. For sure. So he's bringing them all. Yeah, I'll trade off one of them. Habit of Cure Keep. See what's underneath that. Fiery Impulse. He doesn't have the mana. Oh, he does have the mana to play it. So he's going to kill my token. I'm not going to get a card this turn. Unless I get a Thopter Engineer, I'm not getting a card this turn. Well, I am getting a card this turn. Let's see what it is. Another Engineer would be sweet. Alchemist File, I'll take a draw. And another land. Alright, so Barney's getting a dude. He's ahead in the race. Board's kind of at parity. I've got this to break it, but he's got the same stuff in his deck. So let's see what he brings to the party. He's not playing Twin Bolt. I mean, I gotta trade off my Gotta trade off my Thopter. You know, that's our Spy Network Thopters that we're trading off against each other, and we're both drawing cards. But he's got 5 to my 2. And he's 18 life to my 14. Alright, so now he's got an instant speed land that he can crack. And what do we pick up? Rune Servitor. That's not what I want. Rune Servitor, that's not what I want. Do I want to stall out this board? Do I want to stall out this board? Do I want to stall out this board? No. So is he going to conclude that or disperse it? That is the question. So he's going to crack. See if he's going to cast a spell before he declares blocks, because I can still, before he declares blocks, I can still use that Whirler Rogue to guarantee myself a card draw. So that's going to take his whole turn. He won't have any mana left to do anything like anything tricky with his disperses and nonsense. So let's see what way he wants to go. So he's coming at me back the other way. Okay. So he's got a conclusion. What's he sacking? So he's sacking that, he's going to take out my chief. Which is fine. So the chief meets a fiery conclusion. We get a card. It is another motherfucking land. So let's just drop the Servitor down. No reason not to against this matchup. He's got 2 flyers. I've only got 1. And he's going to get a 3rd hasted flyer. Engineer, engineer, where art thou? Also, I take an Esperzoa right now to go with that Alchemist file. Take all sorts of stuff. So again, he's bringing the pain. And again, I can only block 1 of them. I gotta start attacking on the ground now, so let's see what he gets. We're drawing the same amount of cards. Why does he have so many cards more than I do? So he's got another... he's got a set of parents that he just picked up, obviously. Pilgrim's Eye is not great. How many flyers does he have? I gotta keep pushing here to get my cards. How does he block? He maybe trades the 2 flyers. He can't stop me from getting a card here. He can. So I'm gonna stop him from stopping me. You got another one of them conclusions or what? Oh, he's got the P and Karen, yeah. That was a good pickup. All right. Two engineers and a chief down, I think. Engineer, chief. I guess, yeah, he wants that card. And he's got the mana open now for his foundry. And for Fiery Impulse. Man, oh man. Holy fuck, he's got haste again. 3 engineers. I mean, I can't beat that. I'm just not able to beat that. Take that land out of the deck before we draw a card. See if he wants to give anything up for those rogues. They're not doing any blocking for me anyway. Okay. Does he have an answer for the chief? He's got 6 Thopters. I've got 4. Mine are 2/2s. His are 1/1s. If he can answer the chief, he probably wins the game. If he can't, then it's close. So looks like he's just going for 1 card. I don't have any way to interact. Nothing I can do. I tap down my vial. So he gets a card. Perilous Mirror. Another fucking land. I want to see how many of those spells he's used. I mean... bring that much. See what he's got in his hand now. Foundry, yeah. So that leaves him down to 2 mana. So he's going about to block. Alright, so let's use this. Let's make sure one of these guys is unblockable. Tap this and this. Sure we get at least one card here. This is going to be the longest YouTube episode of all time. Oh my. He must have something good in his hand. Let me potentially draw a Firecraft. He's going face. Blighted Gorge. Alright, let's do this correctly. There you go. Game number 2 to Hakeem. Whew. I need to start seeing some engineers. He's seen all 3 last time, and I haven't seen one. We played 2 games, I haven't seen an engineer yet. So, I need to start seeing some engineers, and I need to start laying the haste smackdown on them, because that's been the edge so far. I was kind of... I think I was semi-lucky to win that one. You know, we both had active spy networks. Back and forth. Barney, what are you doing inviting me? I'm doing the recording and all that sort of stuff. You just leave it to Beaver here. Alright. Alright, Barnes. Game 3. Loser of this game is on the brink of elimination. Ooh, winner's on the brink of victory. I just want all my engineers and all my chiefs and all my massive powerful 4-drops. And I want Barney to draw 10 land. No offense to you, Barney. I like you. You're a nice guy. So what do we have? On the play, we can play our 2 mirrors, but we can do better. Barney's gone to 5. Yeah, that's a bad reason to keep this hand, but that's why I'm doing it. I was just looking at it saying if I draw 1 land, just 1 land, I'll have the engineer and an early game removal spell, and then I can probably hold off on these 4-drops for a little while. But that was a difficult one for me. And we get rewarded off the top here. And we got double red. So we can engineer, and if we get another land, then we're probably pretty good. Probably pretty good. So there is a ruined servitor. Barney's a bit short. I'm not going to go killing that right yet. We picked up a vial, but we have our engineer. Which is what I was asking for. But yeah, I mean, I could have cycled my Twin Bolt to look for that 4th land, but I don't think that giving Barney a card is where I want to be in that scenario, since it looks like he mulliganed down low and he doesn't have any red mana. Either that or he's just hiding it from us, which is possible. I mean, he may have done that. But no, it looks like he's lacking the red mana, so... He still does have Disperse. So we didn't pick up land. So we're gonna swing one and then Vial after the fact. Try to get that land. If not now, then on our draw step next turn. Oh, we picked it up. So we've got Twin Bolt active. In case of emergency, like if he does have an island in the Whirler Rogue, then we can blow those Thopters out of the air. He plays Foundry, which is still a 4th land. He could still have a Rogue. It's just a spy network. Now the question becomes, do I want... Yeah, I definitely want to cycle that now. I want to draw my cards so that he doesn't trigger that spy network next turn. And I picked up land number 5. We've got haste. But I'm going to bring the Hakeem Firebird. It's the most damage that I can put out here. And we've got the Alchemist Vial open. I don't think we'll be needing that this turn, but you never know. And we've got a Thopter Engineer, so we can play these guys with some haste. You know, we can force our Hakeem Firebird through with the Whirler Rogue activations. Plays another Foundry, so he's still stuck on red. And plays a Perilous Mirror. Could still have a Disperse. So, with Disperse in my... Should I just convert this into 2 damage and keep my cards in hand? Against Barney, I don't need to. Against Barney, I don't need to. So let's just jam it. And we'll play a Vial. Barney's going to get a 1-1. Picked up another Engineer. So let's see, he gets his 1-1 in the air. But we'll definitely block on the ground. I don't know if he'll kill a Thopter token or not. No, he's just going to take out the Rogue. So he's got another mirror. He still has Disperse up. I mean, 1 Disperse is not going to do a whole lot here. And that's all he's representing, so let's bring it into him. He can still stay alive. He needs to block the Firebird, though. Or disperse it. Alright. Game number 3. So I'm 1 game away from taking down this tournament. Will be pretty sweet. I'd be very happy about it. I really don't want to jinx it, but I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good, so let's go. I guess Barney's going to invite me. Because I think that he thinks that whoever invites is on the play. I think that was mentioned on the forums. Don't know if it's true or not. So I'm going to give him a second to invite. But I really would like to win this thing, just because it's the Hakumite. I mean, it would be awesome if I could pull it off. I haven't won a tournament in a long time either. I've been in the finals of at least 1 tournament that I can remember. Monk's tournament back in 2015, where Monk himself beat me. So it's been a while. been a while since I've taken anything down. So let's see, but a bit of a greedy keep in that last one. I don't want to read any messages from Peepy Squeeps. I don't want to read it. I don't want to know what's going on. Because they're all in the stream now. You know, like I said to you guys at the beginning, that I'm actually streaming this live while I'm recording it. So yeah, I'm sure PP is sending me some kind of message. So here's Barney. Good luck to you, Barney, in the 4th game. And let's look at our opening hand. It is on the draw, very slow, no play until Chief of the Foundry, and then a couple of 4-drops. We'll try again. I guess still on the draw. We don't have anything in but a Chief into a. But we have a Firecraft and a Twin Bolt. I think that's better than a 6-card hand, even though it's not exactly the greatest hand. I think it's better than 6. So we picked up a Foundry. It's not what I wanted to see come off the top here. So Barney starts with a Rune Servitor. I might just kill this. I know my Twin Bolts are really good against his other stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of action. I picked up a Whirler Rogue. That's some action, so we're going to hold on to this. So we do have Whirler Rogue. See what he does, though. Does he have the Almighty Engineer on turn 3? That's a huge, huge thing. It is the Lord Fuck. He's got a Chief. I mean, my only way of dealing with that, he's got Spell of Master Tone. I am going to take that out right now and draw a card. Probably just Firecraft that thing. That looks to be what I'm going to do. If I'd known that was coming off the top, though. So we got to take care of that. That is for sure. So strange to see me playing the, you know, spending my first 2 turns with removal, but we do have a Whirler Rogue next turn. Let's hopefully he doesn't have one of those power 4-drops. But if he does, then we're just staring at each other, and I've got a Chief for him. He's just got an Abbot of Karo Keep. I'm actually really okay with that. Let's see what it picks up. Go away. And it is Whirler Rogue, so he loses the Rogue. I'm not terribly sad about that. Now, Thopter Engineer. Do I play Engineer or do I play a Rogue? I think we're going to be mana efficient, though. And just play out the Rogue. Then once we get the Engineer in play, then we have a Hasted Esperzoa potential, which is a lot of damage. But we'll see what type of board. See, it's not quite as good in this matchup as it is in most other matchups, because he's got the tokens to chump block it or even gang block it. So Esperzoa here is not as good as an Exquisite Firecraft to the face as it is in a lot of other matchups with the Engineer on board. But we'll see anyway. Esperzoa actually in this matchup is only going to slow me down unless I have a Vial, which I don't have yet, so. It's 5 mana for Barney. He has a Foundry as well. I think it's going to be Engineer and Perilous Mirror for me, and then go Chief of the Foundry into Esperzoa as, you know, if Barney doesn't do anything else. Now that he's done that, he's going to Impulse a token. No, he's going to get rid of that and try to get through on the ground. Which is pretty cool for me. I still think it's going to be Engineer Perilous Mirror for me. I don't have the 6 mana though to guarantee Chief of the Foundry into Esperzoa for a huge hit the next turn after that. It's hard to say. Let's see what we pick up off the top. You know, he's got 2 cards in his hand, so we picked up a land this turn, but it's a tap land, so I kind of want to have 6 mana next turn. So if I Chief and he removes it, he's only got 1 instant in his graveyard. He's only got 2 cards in hand. If I Chief and he removes it, then he's just winning by a lot. So I think I'm going to Engineer and play the gate. And I'm actually just going to stay home. Stay home like this and not attack. And hope to get him for a big wallop with Esperzoa next turn. Let's see if he's got some parents or not. You know, he's lost one Whirler Rogue. He's played one Whirler Rogue. He's playing a tap land, so he doesn't get to have 6 mana available this turn. He's only got 2 cards in his hand. Let's find out if he's got one of those 4-drops for us, though, because that would really gum up the board a little bit. So he's got an Aether Grid. He's got an Aether Grid, which is good against me. But he's only got 1 activation. And he's coming on the ground. So I'm gonna goad him into using that activation and get rid of my haste. I don't think he wants to take the bait on that though. Is he gonna tap out his board? Oh wow. Okay. So he's gonna tap it out and take care of it. Alright. Well, now it looks like Chief and Perilous Mirror. He could have a Fiery Impulse in hand. Does he have that second spell? He doesn't. So I'm playing Chief. Just gonna bring 2 though, I'm not gonna bring all 3. Barney with 2 cards in hand. My board's ahead because of the Chief of the Foundry. Life total's about equal. He's got a Foundry, I've got a Foundry. He's got an Aether Grid that he can ping, but all my... So he's got a Firecraft, so that makes his Aether Grid live again. So now he takes out the Chief. So that weakens my entire board, makes it soft, but he can't swing with his dudes. So that Abbot Carol Keep is getting on my nerves, so I'm going to block here and then kill the Abbot. See if he's got a spell to trigger the prowess. Keep it alive. So we picked up a Firebird, that's really good. I have a blocker for you, Sir Barney. And it's a big-ass flyer. Now, he can sack his Foundry here and activate his Aether Grid twice. Well, he can do that at any time. But he's playing a Spy Network. So I guess he's pushing with those 2 Thopter tokens. Does he have a Fiery Conclusion here? Is that his remaining card to knock out my Esperzoa? So he's getting a card. I'm not falling for Fiery Impulse or anything like that. I'm letting this go unblocked. So he's getting a card, so I'm not going to try and stop the damage from going through. So there's your card, Barney. And what is it? Okay. So let's untap. And with the Esperzoa trigger on the stack, we're going to tap out our turn here, take a risk. Make a couple of Thopters, and then Esperzoa is going to bounce one of those summoning sick guys. I picked up another Zoa. And we're going to bring 7. He's got an Engineer. He's got 3 mana. He always has a Firecraft. Does this kill me? Does this kill me? He's tapped out. I don't think it kills me. I don't think it kills me. I think it kills him if he swings. Firecraft off the top, ladies and gentlemen. But that was one hell of a turnaround. I've already spent a Firecraft. That was one hell of a turnaround for him. He's got one Aether Grid activation. So let's have a look at this board. Now if I tap out for my turn and sack one of the dudes, I get to swing with 4 flyers. He can block 2, he'll only take 2 damage, and I lose the game. So I need to see what comes off the top of my deck instead of doing that. If it's a Thopter Engineer, it'd be sweet. It's not a Thopter Engineer. So I don't have any haste, so I lose the game. So we're going to a game 5. We're going to a game 5. Yeah, going to a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. That was one hell of a last turn there for him. He put out the Chief and all those flyers on the same turn. Alright, this is it. This is for all the marbles. Game number 5. See who finishes first place in the Hakumite. "53 minutes and 14 seconds. Holy Jesus. It's 1:45 here. Come on, Mr. Barney. Let's get this shiznit over with. Alright, this is for all the marbles. I got a small bag of Doritos, Intense Pickle, and a Kit Kat Chunky as either my victory celebration or my consolation prize, you know, where I weep and just eat that. So that's sitting over there. Here we need a good hand. Nice solid hand. Thopter Engineer. Into WHIRLER Oak. That's what I want. And a Rune Servitor too. Give me a Rune Servitor on 2. And then the Spy Network on 5, just to spiral out of control. Good luck, Barney. Championship down to 1 game. And we're looking at no mana. And we're looking at 2 mana. On the draw, with a Pilgrim's Eye, but some pretty hefty mana requirements. This is a bad way to play game 5. This is a bad way to play game 5. Oh, this is not what I wanted to happen. I mean, it was bound to happen, but in the 5th game of all the games, I'm not going to 5 cards here. It's just not happening. Alright, that's a start. I mean, at least it's a 3-drop. But that's it. You can only play the cards that you're dealt, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the best, play the best turn every single time. And he gets on board with the Servitor, so he's going to start the beatdown. He's on the play. So he's going to get in for some chip damage early while I sit around and do nothing. 2-drop for me would be great. Vial, I'll take a Vial. You know, it's some card draw, so that's a nice rip. So the top of our deck so far has been kind to us. And we picked up another land, but at least we don't have to draw that next turn. And we'll get a Pilgrim's Eye to strip another land out, so I mean, we're going to have plenty of mana. The question is, can we actually do anything with it? I'd hate to see a Thopter Engineer here, because that would be a motherfucking beating. And it is a Thopter Engineer. I'm gonna get my ass handed to me here, because I don't have a whole lot to deal with this. Just the Firecrafts, you know, to deal with that sort of stuff. So I'm taking 3, definitely on the back foot. So I think that I am the control in this game, and I'm gonna have to try and slow it down. Oh, more mana. Oh no, this is not good. Gonna need some miraculous draws here now. I guess it's the curse of Barney. You play the final game against Barney, and you just draw nothing but mana. So here's an Abbot. And he's bringing the pain. I mean, I gotta trade it off, honestly. Didn't see what was underneath there. Should have looked at that. Abbot underneath an Abbot. And gotta play out the rogue here. So, we're in a little bit of a hole. See what he's got on for. Artificer is going to take out my rogue. He's only got 1 artifact though, so he's going to take out a token actually. Okay, he's going to mark it there. I think that was a mistake on his part, honestly. But he's still bringing the pain though. So I gotta cycle from this, and I gotta kill this. Another land. Perilous Mirror. I mean, these guys could buy some time, but he's got the haste in the air, and I'm down 20-11. It's not looking good. Another 4 mana here. I am not to beat down in this matchup. I have to stay home. I have to keep that Vial in mind too. Not for this turn, obviously. I don't have the 1 mana to activate it, but... Oh, Whirler Rogue with haste. I mean... Alrighty. He's gonna make his 2 power dude unblockable. That's... 2 damage is 2 damage either way. So it doesn't really make a difference. I guess I could have blocked one of his tokens. Blighted Gorge is actually not horrible, but we're going to play a Foundry. And we're just going to sit back. Oh my, the mana. Come on, Barney. I can't stop that from attacking. But then I won't be able to crack open my Foundry to consoles. And I do want to crack open my Foundry to consoles. He's probably got double Firecraft. This is Barney now. He's going to win the tournament on a double Firecraft. You just watch. Good thing Barney's slow. Yeah, good thing Barney's slow because my controller, the battery's disconnected somehow. So that's the attack that he's declaring. So I'm going to mirror here, here, and I can't block the other guy. Oh yeah, so he's going to disperse his own rogue. Against me, he finally figures it out. Bastard. I mean, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I haven't drawn anything but land, so there's nothing I can do in this game. The other ones, maybe I could have won some of the other ones, but this one's a wash. I just don't have any answer for this. Mountain? Yeah, I'm just going to concede here. Well, that was it. Barney takes the tournament down. Four land in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. 5 spells. I had 5 spells. Seppuku, sort of. Nothing to play, though. Absolutely nothing. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and Barney wins the tournament. Hakeem second place. Thopter's rule.